How to get a high-limit credit line for your business. Credit lines are the most commonly requested loan program in the business world. Credit lines are popular because you only make payments on the amount of money you use on your credit line, not the entire amount of the line. And as you pay the line down, you can reuse it, giving you access to ongoing working capital. Even though they are very popular, true credit lines are rare and hard to find. Many are also very tough to qualify for, requiring good credit, good time in business, and good financials. But there are other credit cards and lines that few know about that are available for startups, bad credit, and even if you have no financials. Today we'll be diving into all of these so you know all of your credit card and line options. In many cases, when you see credit lines offered, such as ones with 0%, these are truly credit cards, not lines. So what's the difference between business credit cards and credit lines truly? The answer is not much. Credit cards usually offer 0% intro rates for up to 2 years, very helpful for startups especially. Credit lines allow you to take out cash at a much cheaper rate than do cards. These are the main two differences that will affect you between credit cards and credit lines. Investopedia even says that lines of credit are potentially useful hybrids of credit cards, showing how similar they really are. Both cards and lines are revolving credit. Credit lines are harder to qualify for as card approvals are typically very fast, many times automated, while lines require an in-depth underwriting review. Lines usually offer lower rates. According to Bankrate, card rates average 13%, while lines average 4%. Without a debit card, lines aren't as easy to access as cards because cards are used everywhere. Most banks offer unsecured business credit cards. Most of them do report to the consumer credit reporting agencies. They all require a personal guarantee from you. You can get approved, usually for one card max, as they stop approving you when you have 2 or more inquiries on your report. Let's look at some business credit line and card options. Most credit card companies offer business credit cards including Capital One, Chase, and American Express. These have rates similar to consumer rates and limits are also similar. Some report to the consumer reporting agencies, some report to the business bureaus. Approval requirements are similar to consumer credit card accounts. Typically, when you apply for a credit card, you put an inquiry on your consumer report. When other lenders see these, they won't approve you for more credit because they don't know how much other new credit you have recently obtained. So they'll only approve you if you have less than 2 inquiries on your report within the last 6 months, and more will get you declined. With unsecured business financing, or UBF, you work with a lender who specializes in securing business credit cards. This is a very rare, very little known about program that few lending sources offer. They can usually get you 3 to 5 times the approvals that you can get on your own. This is because they know the sources to apply for, the order to apply, and can time their application so the card issuers won't decline you for the other card inquiries. Approvals usually range from $2,000 to $50,000. The result of their services is that you usually get up to 5 cards that mimic the credit limits of your highest limit accounts now. Multiple cards create competition, and this means you can get your limits raised typically within 6 months or less of your initial approval. Approvals can go up to $150,000 per entity, such as a corporation. With UBF, they actually get you 3 to 5 business credit cards that report only to the business credit reporting agencies. This is huge, something most lenders don't offer or advertise. Not only will you get money, but you build your business credit also. So within 3 to 4 months, you can then use your newly established business credit to get even more money. The lender can also get you low intro rates, typically 0% for 6 to 18 months. You'll then pay normal rates after that, typically 5 to 21% APR with 20 to 25% APR for cash advances. And they'll also get you the best cards for points, meaning you get the best rewards. Just like with anything, there are huge benefits in working with a source who specializes in this area. The results will be much better than if you try to go it alone. You must have excellent personal credit now. preferably 700 plus scores, the same as with all business credit cards. You shouldn't have any derogatory credit reported to get approved. You must also have open revolving credit on your consumer reports now. You'll need to have 2 inquiries or less in the last 6 months reported. All lenders in this space charge a 10 to 15% success-based fee. You only pay the fee off of what you secure. Remember, you get a ton of extra benefits and about 3 to 5 times more money with this program than you'd get on your own, which is why there's a fee, the same as all other lending programs. You can get approved using a guarantor. You can even use multiple guarantors to get even more money. There are also other cards you can get using this same program. But these cards only report to the consumer reporting agencies, not the business reporting agencies. They are consumer credit cards versus business credit cards. They provide similar benefits, including 0% intro APRs and 5 times the amount of approval of a single card. But they're much easier to qualify for. You can get approved with a 680 score and 5 inquiries in the last 6 months. You can have a BK on your credit and other derogatory items. These are much easier to get approved for than UBF business cards. With all previous cards mentioned, you need to have good consumer credit to get approved. But what if your personal credit isn't good and you don't have a guarantor? This is when building business credit makes a ton of sense. Even if you have good personal credit, building your business credit helps you get even more money, and without a personal guarantee. Business credit is credit in a business name that's linked to the business's employment identification number, not the owner's social security number. When done properly, business credit can be obtained with no personal credit check and no personal guarantee, something all other cards mentioned can't deliver. You can get 3 types of business credit cards. Vendor credit offers net 20 terms used to start a business credit profile. Store credit. Get credit cards with high limits at most stores. Cash credit. Visa, MasterCard, American Express cards you can use anywhere. These can be obtained with no credit check or guarantee. Limits are often $5 to $10 to start and exceed $50,000. Some alternative lenders are now offering lines of credit for $50,000 to $150,000. This is a minimal doc program, usually only requiring tax returns instead of all income docs. If over $100,000, you're going to need profit and loss and balance sheets. These take much less time to close than conventional bank lines of credit, 30 to 45 days to close and fund. Rates are low on these, usually ranging from 7 to 10%. Your approval amount is usually 10% of your annual sales per their tax returns. You'll need an experience score of 700 or higher to qualify. Some conventional banks and private lenders also offer high-limit credit lines. You might see limits of $50,000 to $250,000. These are the types of accounts that I see most business owners truly want. Approvals require good personal credit, and you must have good business tax returns for 2 to 3 years showing increasing profits. The net revenue on your tax returns will be equivalent to the amount you can get approved for. Some sources will require collateral, but most don't. You will need to supply a personal guarantee for approval. This is a full documentation program. You'll need tax returns, P&Ls, balance sheets, bank statements for both personal and business to get approved. You'll also need really good personal credit, 720 scores or higher with no derogatory credit. Underwriting and closing can take 60 to 120 days, sometimes more. Some are guaranteed by SBA. Cash advances, also known as merchant advances, revenue lending, and cash flow financing, are a great way to get fast and easy money. You can get approved if you have been in business for 1 year or more, even if your FICO is as low as 500. This is about the only type of unsecured financing that doesn't require good personal or business credit for approval. Some lenders are now offering credit lines instead of straight advances. Actually, the lender will usually approve you for both, a loan, then an extra line of about $20,000, then an extra credit line of about $20,000. When you apply, upon approval, you'll be offered the credit line if you qualify. These are a little harder to qualify for than just the cash advance. You might need better credit or a compensating factor. Funds must be used for the betterment of the business. Looking for 20% profit margins for approval, so to get approved, they often want to see your tax returns, unlike regular advances where all they want is bank statements. Contact us today to discover more about how to get a high limit credit line for your business.